everyone, and massive thank you as always for tuning into this. We've got another Get Chatty with Matty, and today we have two guests. We have Sam Fisher and Andy C. Both of them have already been on the podcast before. This should be an absolutely epic chat. We might get one podcast, might get two, might get three, might get more, let's see. But looking forward to this chat, and massive thank you to Sam Fisher and Andy C. for coming on. How you doing, Sam?
I'm all right, mate. How are you doing?
I'm doing good, thank you. I'm doing good. How are you doing, Andy?
Very well, man. Glad to be on.
Awesome, absolutely awesome. Well, guys, we're just going to go for the flow today. You've already answered all the what is the hope for life and all these questions we've done before, because now you are used to the most been on the show the most so far. So you already know how it goes. So let's just flow. So what's happening in the world then? What we're going to talk about? Vaccines, COVID, FTX. Woof, there's loads going on.
Oh yeah. That FTX thing's a bit mad, isn't it? Like Sam Bankman-Fried. What a nice stand-up sort of intelligent normal guy he is.
Damn, man. Honestly, it's crazy. It's crazy what's been going on. Did you see the Joe Rogan clip?
With
we're taking the piss out of that floppy head geezer.
Yeah.
I don't know his name. I haven't paid much attention to it, but I just know that I think did he lose 16 billion overnight?
Something like that.
What a twat, eh?
He's got connections with all sorts, hasn't he? Like with Joy.
He has, yeah. He's
not Joy Soros, but
they say it's lost, though, guys. They say it's lost, but I don't know if it's been lost. I think it's just been, it can't be found, which I don't know if the same as lost, because somebody knows where it is and it's been siphoned out and he's sent money to his girlfriend. Well, I say girlfriend, but I think there's quite a few girlfriend and boyfriends in that little Bahamas.
Nine of them,
nine of them, yeah.
Well, he's got a dodgy click round him. Like he's not like, it's not like it's Joe Blogs, because they were joking about him sat playing is it League of Legends, some fucking computer game, while he's doing a £20 million deal or something. You know? it takes the piss. It is blatantly bollocks. It's the biggest pile of bollocks you're going to hear. You know what I mean? Well, aside from COVID.
Well, he's not kept any books, has he? That's what the I think it's the liquidator that did Enron, like that liquidated Enron. He turned around and he said that he can't find any books. They didn't keep any books. They didn't keep any like accounts or anything like that. It's just so it's no wonder they can't find anything. It's crazy. It's like, what the fuck?
I actually got away with it.
There was a billionaire who offered them advice. I saw it on the Joe Rogan clip as well. And he said, listen, you need to have a board. You need to do this. You need to do that. And they just told him to fuck off.
Jesus, man.
I mean, I'm not laughing at the millions or billions that have gone, but I'm laughing at how on earth did they give this guy all that money? Like, what the heck happened?
It's insane, isn't it? I mean, he had all the... He was battling with the chairman of the SEC, weren't he, in America, and with what's she called, Maxine Waters as well. He was doing that. Was it some sort of congressional committee, I think, on crypto? And it was meant to be setting up regulations for crypto, which got me thinking. You know what I mean? Like, it looks to me like they're trying to crash the market on purpose, like the crypto market on purpose. Yeah, they're bringing all the CBDCs in, aren't they?
That's it. They'll introduce their system then. Once they've got this one.
Well, they did do in America. Day before Thanksgiving last week. So I think it was Wednesday last week. They slyly brought them in, saying, "Oh, we're just beta testing it at the moment." But I mean, they were saying they were going to have them in by the end of by spring next year. Rishi Sunak wants ours in by the end of this year. And it's looking like they're well on target for that, I think. But yeah, I think they wanted to crash that crypto market first, just to get it out of the way. Right. So it's all really dodgy. All really dodgy. You've got him setting up, like I said, sort of welling with the people who were setting up the regulations for him in the first place. And it's like, what's going? Everything just looks way too fishy with it. Way too fishy. Doesn't look organic 100%. Anyway, put it that way.
No, well, the US government, they're up to their eyes in it anyway. You've only got to look at what's her name, Pelosi, and her family and their dealings. You know what I mean? They're all, giving each other the heads up on deals to be done within government, and they're making investments that coincide with that. It doesn't shock me that the whole fucking system's underhand, and you're right, they're going to drag it down to the ground. I'm pretty sure of that.
I mean, you could tell they were using it for money laundering anyway, just by the fact that the Democrats were sending loads of money to Ukraine, all them billions, and then Zelensky was investing it into FTX, and then FTX were donated it back to the Democrats. Yeah, so it's like you could tell that's just one long money laundering ring there.
That's your cycle, yeah.
Yeah, he's doing the same with he's like investing in all the climate change sort of big climate change foundations, the COVID prevention foundations that are all run by the West as well. It's just everything's just it's just a major scam, all of it, isn't it?
Well, you got that Zelensky cunt fucking standing there with his hands out begging and receiving fucking billions, right? And was it? I think I read last week that he's just bought his mother a £7 million fucking mansion. I'm serious. With whose fucking money? I'm serious. Have a look into that one. It's something I've scanned across and seen. So. I don't know the details on it, but to all accounts, he's bought his mother a £7 million fucking mansion while he's standing having fucking handouts from us. While we struggle the way we fucking are, while we're being fucking strangled, choked with the fucking cost of food, the cost of everything, and we're fucking firing money over to him, and the Yanks are firing it over hand over fist, because it's the money laundering capital of Europe, isn't it?
Yeah,
all accounts.
I mean, it's one of the most corrupt countries in the world, is Ukraine.
Yeah,
like, the amount of stuff they got up to, and the amount of stuff they've been doing, it's insane. Like, I
want to know more about the fucking bioweapons laboratories they've got over there, and what fucking info Putin's been putting through. Because I heard that he'd passed on evidence to the United Nations court, the European court, proving the US links to bioweapons and the development of these things in Ukraine in secret, but it's all signed off by top officials from the United States, and there's a paper trail. Do you know what I mean? It's fucking.
I've got them documents.
Have you?
Yeah. On my page on Telegram, but it's a really weird really weird situation with them, because they wiped all the documents off their website, the embassy website.
Yeah.
But they kept the titles and the PDF titles on, right? And the titles just tell you everything in the titles, yeah. But as soon as you click on the PDFs, you can't get them. So you know what they're about, right?
Yeah.
And you know what they were doing, but you just can't read the documents. But the titles are still there. So it's like, well, why have they done that? Right? They're all in on it. They're all in on it. Putin's in on it. It's all just a game to a minute.
Yeah, of course it is. Of course it is.
That's what I think, guys. That's what I think. If I do that. I don't trust any of them. None of them. But it's interesting to watch all the same. But I don't trust any of them.
It's interesting to watch, but fucking, we can't just let it happen. But at the same time, I want to do something about it, but I feel helpless because I'm just one fucking man. You know what I mean? Something needs to happen, and collectively we have to stop it. The minority are fucking us over royally, and they're doing a great job at it. And if we allow them to continue, it's gonna mean fucking trouble for all of us at best. Do you know what I mean?
That's
My
true.
kids, I got a fucking 9-year-old and a 13-year-old, and I don't want for them what I can see coming. Do you know what I mean? That we could stop.
Yeah.
And at the moment, I'm looking at society, and I don't like to say it, but most of you are cunts, man. You ain't got a fucking spine between you, man. And harsh words, but most of society are piss flaps.
Yeah. Or just
tell me I'm wrong, man. Tell me I'm wrong.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong. That's just it. I mean, a lot of people just don't care, do they? It's just like they just want to get on with their life. And
it's painful to see, though. Do you know what I mean? Because the whole time our loved ones are dying and we're watching things coming crashing down around our ears, and we want nothing more than to do something about it. But like I say, individually we can't do fuck all. We've got to come together, and what's going to bring us together, I don't know. But something's got to give, man.
That's not the interesting part to watch. That isn't the interesting part. For me, it's interesting to watch them all playing games, but you're right, you've nailed it. That's the hard-hitting truths of what's going on right now. We are all stuffed. They are pumping prices up everywhere. They are, like you said as well, Sam, they're getting ready for, it looks like getting ready for the digital currency. I mean, I've spoken to lots of people on this, and I seem to, what I think, guys. I think all roads lead to Rome anyway on this, and it's a clever way to wipe debts, is to create a brand new currency. It is smart if you take yourselves out of the box a minute, but the way it's being done is, it's preposterous. It's absolutely crazy what's going on, because it's being forced.
Well, yeah, but they're sort of, they're introducing everything as well in such an underhand way. So you know for a fact that it's not going to be beneficial to anyone. You know what I mean? It's just the way they're trying to bring it in. I mean, these blackouts, like that they keep going on about, like they're ruining their heads again. I think this is how they're going to bring the CBDCs in. Then they're going to do it whilst everyone's worried about all these blackouts and everything else. So run up to Christmas, so no one's really paying that much attention. We're all distracted, and boom, that's when they'll bring them in. It's exactly the same that they did in America. Like I said, it's Thanksgiving, no one's really paying attention, and they just sort of swept it in late at night under the carpet. We're just beta testing these, don't worry about it. We're just checking whether we can get them from one country to the next. It's a number. It's numbers. It's digital sort of code over the internet that they've been doing for God knows how long. What do they need to check? You know what I mean? It's obvious that they brought them in now. It's just they've got to get people used to them. So it's just there is things we can do. It's just, like you say, getting people on board and getting everyone sort of organised and everything else.
And awareness and awareness of the situation, because listen, we've all dealt with trolls. We get them all the blinking time, and either they're paid or not, or they really believe this. I heard somebody say the other day, who was it? I can't remember, but it was somebody talking about freelancers, and they were saying, that's what it was. It was I think it was on the Brett Weinstein show or something, but he was talking about freelancers, and they're the people that they're not controlled, they're not shills or 77 for any of those things. They just believe in this, and they're freelancers because they jumped on the bandwagon for all these things, and all of a sudden they got views, they got followers, they got things like that. So they're not trapped, but they're buzzing from that. So they're called freelancers. That's what somebody named them. I think it was Brett Weinstein, but we've got a load of them as well.
You're talking about people who just coined in on it, people who aren't guilty for starting and orchestrating it, but they've seen an opportunity, jumped on the fucking bandwagon.
And he also says that not all of them have done that through maliciousness. Some of them were just supporting, clap the nurses, put the masks on, stuff like that, and all of a sudden they noticed their social accounts got bigger, views got bigger, so they just stayed on that path. So they're almost doing it blindly because they're just focusing on the views.
Not having that. They're not fucking blind anymore, man, right? We're too far down into this now for anybody to be fucking blind to it anymore.
And this is what he's saying. He's saying that you've got to imagine, right, these people, they're blinded by their own success with views and followers, if that makes sense. So they're not even looking at any of them information. They're not even looking outside of what the government says. The reason is because they've built up this following by jumping on everything, by jumping on support Ukraine, by jumping on support the masks. They're not even considering anything else because they're so wrapped up in the views and supporting what the government does. And he calls them freelancers. So they're not shills, they're not controlled up, but they're people who have got used to this and will never look outside the box. So we do have about 30% of the world like that.
They know better by now, and they know that what they are doing, what they're helping to continue, is killing people. So I've got no sympathy for them, and I'm not looking to give them a way out by saying, well, they didn't fucking know, because they know full well now. And when time comes that people are getting strung up, the people who are continuing it now, who're saying, well, I never knew in the first place, you fucking know better now. And if you don't, you've got the opportunity to fucking stop at any point.
I totally agree with you there, but he's not meaning like that. So what he means was, he was talking specifically about the controlled opposition, shills, people that, you know, even Elon Musk is putting out tweets now. And, you know, I'm not one way or the other with any of these people. I don't trust any of them, you know, because I don't know them. But even he's putting out tweets about pro-psyops and stuff like that all the time. And what this guy was talking about, so he's not talking about whether people were complicit or not. He's just talking about there's a group of people that aren't actually shills, but they are never going to look at anything else. They're never going to look at the research we're looking at. They're never going to look at the numbers from the ONS. They're never going to look at these vids showing deaths, because they are that far invested in the game. Yeah, that's it. Yeah. They're gone. So, and I've read reports, it's around 30% of the people of the world are like that. So they're not even considering this. They just totally believe the government for whatever reason, which I find strange.
Do you not think that there's that much information out there now, and it is going mainstream, right? That there isn't any excuse to say that, well, I'm too far into making money and getting followers and fame and all of this to have
it's not an excuse, though. But it's not an excuse. But it's not an excuse. So you're looking at it the wrong way. So you're looking at it from our perspective, where we've done all this research stuff like that. But these guys have not. They will never ever look outside of that box until the government and the mainstream media say, "This is what we've done. This is what has happened." They're closed off completely. So it's not about, it's to them, it's not even about, they just think the government are right.
To them, they won't even see it anyway. They physically won't see the evidence there. Yeah.
Do you think they're lost forever, Sam?
Some of them, yeah. They literally won't see it. John Mack, he's dead now. He used to be the head of psychology at Harvard, and then started investigating UFO abductions and stuff like that. And he was saying that some people are so invested in a worldview or a paradigm that it becomes actually part of them. Yeah, and if something comes along that actually sort of threatens that, yeah, the brain literally will physically block out that evidence. They won't actually see it. Yeah, it's like you could take a flat earther up into space and they still see the flat. Yeah, they won't see the curve. They just see that it's flat, because it's that ingrained in the system that they just can't see it. The mind won't let them, because it'll just shatter it. It'll just shatter the psyche, and that'll be it. Yeah, so it's like a defense mechanism.
Yeah, they're seriously invested in that fucking viewpoint that they can't deviate.
Yeah, man. So it's those people that there's like a 30% of. I mean, I'm guessing 30% now. I've read a few people that said it might be a bit more, but when you look around on Twitter, on Telegram, on all your social media stuff, you see them. You see them. I mean, these guys are fervently trying to convince you that COVID, there's no problems with COVID vaccines. There's no adverse reactions. It's fine. You know, we get them. We've seen them all. And I you know, hopefully they do turn around at some point. But
who was that actress? There was an actress did a fucking. She did a bit to camera, put a fucking TikTok out or something daft. Where she's her whole face is fucking dropped. She's had a stroke. She's fucking in tears, red-eyed to fuck, and she's in a state. And she's saying that she's fucking glad she took the vaccine. She knows it did what it did to her, but she would take it again because she's that worried about fucking the bogeyman, fucking COVID. That's still. They haven't even.
I don't mean to laugh. I don't mean to laugh, but it's crazy.
No, it's the ridiculousness of that. Do you know what I mean? She's that level fucking convinced.
Yeah,
that's the people.
There's no change in the minds of people once they're that fucking deep into it, man. Do you know what I mean? That woman, she's clearly fucking brainwashed, and you can't fucking help her.
Yeah, I mean, it's a shame, but it's with them, there literally isn't really anything you could do. But it's the people that end up following them just for an easy life. Yeah, because they're the loudest and they're screaming the loudest. Yeah, they're the ones that people just sort of listen to because they've no other choice because they're so loud, and they just follow them. Then just follow them from what they're doing. It's those people that we need to get to really more than anything.
Well, Sam, Andy, do we need to get louder then? Is that the answer to this? Do we need to get louder? Do we need to? Is that? I mean, tell me.
Yeah, well, the thing is, because most social media platforms have been so captured, we've not really been able to. Yeah, I mean, there's Rumble and there's BitChute and there's Odysee, but like they're what 2% of the market. Yeah.
Yeah, Facebook's had me banned fucking 11 months out of 12.
Yeah. I've not really been banned on Facebook yet, but that's because I've not really been on it. But I've been banned on YouTube before, and then suddenly just reinstated out of the blue. I've had loads of my videos taken down. I'm on 9 points now, and you're supposed to have 3, and then you take it down. But I'm on about 9 now because I'm still on there. So I don't know what's going on.
I've got a big old list of false information that I'm supposed to have fucking shared, and a lot of that's turned out to be fucking actually factual.
Yeah.
There's a question for you, Andy. How many of those false information posts that Facebook tagged you on and said you've given false information and banned, how many of them, roughly, say if there was 10 you sent out, how many of them have actually been proven to be true now?
I don't know. It'd be interesting to have a look back through them, to be honest. And fucking half of them have been removed completely. Like I can't even tell what was posted because they've removed it, and it's. I'm looking down a long list of fucking you're banned for like a month, you're banned for 3 months. Your posts are going to be moved lower in the feed. Fucking, they're basically shadow banning and fucking censoring anything that I put out. And I don't spread shit. I try and provide information to people who I think desperately need to fucking see it as soon as possible, because I'm fucking scared that those people who don't see it are going to be convinced to go the other way, i.e. fucking safe and effective. Yeah.
Well, I'm the same. Every video in my descriptions, I've got links, to all the documents that I use, all the video lectures that I've used, clips that I've used, everything, just so people can go and have a look.
Yeah, so they can reference.
Yeah. But then I get shadow banned. I've been quarantined since Brexit, like on YouTube.
Fucking hell.
So it's been like,
that's not a bad quarantine to have. You'd obviously prefer not to be quarantined. But...
they try all angles to shut us up.
Yeah.
I mean, my kids' school, I tell him, my kids' schools, fucking, they've got me down as fucking racist, homophobic, extremist whose views are a danger to his fucking children. Yeah, I'm fucking serious. You know what I mean? You read the description that they've got down on paper for because I had fucking social services on my case, and that they were basically saying that I'm a fucking danger to the kids, and they were trying to make out that I was some kind of crank. And I forced them. I wouldn't back down. I wouldn't say, no, you're right, okay, I got to tone it down. It was like, no, fuck you, I know what's what and I know what's right. You look into this and you look into that. And that's when I had the woman who was seeing me from social services. I sat her down and said, look, I said, have you got any idea what the fuck's going on? Seriously. I said, because you've got on paper that I'm some sort of fucking crank. I said, do you know what's actually going on? And the woman, she looked me dead in the eye, man. She says, Andrew, she says, I read the book of Revelation. She says, I'm well aware of what's going on. And it fucking put the shivers up me, man. It was like, yeah, okay, so you're admitting that I'm not a fucking head case and that this shit's going down, but you're still following suit and fucking coming at me and threatening, because that's what social services do. You know what I mean? They've got the ability to take your fucking kids off you, and it terrified me. But I will not back down from what's fucking morally right, just to play the game, play their fucking game. You know what I mean? I'm not that kind of bloke.
Well, you highlighted something there, and the woman said to you about, I'm well aware of the book of Revelations.
she's basically.
How many more people are like her though? How many more people in the system?
That she knows what's going on and that she's carrying on for a paycheck and nothing more. Yeah. And I understand that people got mortgages and fucking kids to feed, yeah. So they'll keep their fucking mouth shut whilst the whole time know what's going on. But it's that kind of weakness that's going to drag us into the fucking box cuts, man.
Well, how many people do you think are doing that? Do you think there's a load of people doing that? Do you think that's a high proportion, guys?
Yes. Very.
Yeah. There's loads of people doing it. They're just doing it for an easy life.
Exactly.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if you've heard of Matthias Desmet. He's another psychologist. He wrote a book called about mass formation psychosis.
Mm-hmm.
And he was saying that, he was saying that there's a small amount of people that actually do believe it. They're very zealous, very cult-like in the behaviour, and then you get a certain number of people that are all sort of following behind just for that easy life, just so they can just get on with things. And he said, and then you get that small minority that are vocal and always vocal. And he said that they're the ones that are stopping anything from going further. You know what I mean? From actually descending into tyranny. Those people that are still speaking out. He said, even though you'll be virtually, silenced by everyone, and even though you're a small minority, once you go, that's it. Everything will just descend then. And he said, just keep speaking, no matter how bad it gets. And he's right.
Yeah.
The more you keep speaking, the more people, even if it's just one person that you're waking up, that's one person, that's one extra. Yeah. And they'll end up trying to wake someone else up and someone else up. Yeah. And you just got to keep going. You've got to keep going.
Well, hopefully these podcasts, hopefully what we're doing, hopefully all the other channels and networks that we're doing. I mean, we're definitely, yourself, Sam, you too, Andy. We've all had people who have come to us going, thanks, thanks. That was tough being in there. And I was thinking about, maybe taking the vaccine or maybe not. And, and we've all had those people. So what you're saying there is 100% and it works. It does work. And when we get just right at the start of this little segment, I asked, should we get louder? And you said, Sam, we've been stifled. And then you, Andy, explained the times that you've been stifled and censored. Well, it seems to be, whether you like Elon Musk or not, it seems to be that that's going to become a very big board again for being able to put out truth. It really does. And if my account comes back live, by the time this is posted out, I'm going to put it on here for everyone to have a look at my Twitter account, because apparently some of the unbanned accounts are going to be, or most of them are going to be back on. So, maybe we start using Twitter a bit more. I mean, I don't know, but if we're doing it now and we're all waking up one person here, or making them just look at something and we need to get loud at, then perhaps that's what we need to start doing, start pumping it out.
It's like I said to you last time, though, it's all our job really is just to open people's eyes and they'll do the rest. Yeah, it's actually, it's so easy to get someone to just think for a minute, and then just sort of lift those blinkers off. That's the easy part. The rest of it's up to them. Yeah, it's just getting them to look at something, just like nudge them into that direction so they'll go looking themselves. Yeah, and then they'll open their own eyes, and that's it. Your job's done then. Yeah. Everyone thinks you've got to just ram people full of all this information to wake them up. Well, that's not it. You just need something, just a little thing. Yeah, just to
catch somebody's eye.
Yeah. Just have a look at this a minute. Just tell me what you think, and that's it. You just send them on a rabbit hole then. Yeah. And once their eyes are open, they won't close again. Yeah.
I know people have decided not to take it because of what we've been saying. I know that for a fact. Like my sister and my mum, and that's just two examples. And I know that there's got to be hundreds and thousands that have seen what we've been saying and seen what we've been putting out and thought, hang on a minute, let's just have a look first. And then decided not to. I know that there are a lot of people out there that we have affected their choices and, fucking saved their lives.
Yeah.
And I won't fucking stop.
No.
It's sick what they're doing. I won't stop until I see these cunts swing. I don't know if or, I don't know whether it'll actually ever happen, but I would like to see all of those who have fucking done this swing, man.
Do you not think in a way that they're sort of trying to set that up
Yeah.
So we bring the system down. Like, I mean, I've always said they need us to bring the system down for them, because if they do it, we won't take to anything that they give us. Yeah, like after as a solution. Whereas if we bring it down and then it all descends into chaos, they come back with, oh look, why don't we do this? You know what I mean? It's surely better than what you've got at the minute. Yeah.
Sam, 100%. I think that, mate. I do 100%. This is all leading to Rome, man. And we've just got a bit of guys. I've said it on the podcast with Andy, with Paul, with you. I think even with MCK, and I've said it on loads of chats. And you know, I'm vocal about this. We've got to. I don't know if we can stop this happening. What this plan that they've got, and I totally believe what you're saying there is exactly what they want to do. They're going to bring down the whole fucking corrupt system, and they're not going to do it. They're going to give us the options to do it. They're going to present the info. Look, all of these people, in my opinion, the vaccines, all the corruption is going to come out, and that's when they go, hey, we're going to stop that big world order. How about this little less world order over here? And I've said it numerous times, and I don't know what choice we have at that point, but I tell you what we need to do, and I know you guys agree, we need to make sure those managers are accountable, the ones now and in the future.
Do you reckon they'll do that as part of the plan as well, though, to fucking give us sacrifices, you know what I mean? Put people
100%. Look at history. Look at the history books. They always do that. If we're to believe history and wars and everything we've been told, because I weren't there, I can't verify it all. I can verify there's books, but it's throughout history. It's in the movies. It's blinking everywhere. The sacrifice, they're going to sacrifice like loads of people for this. And you know what? I bet half of the people don't even realise it. I bet they're being told, oh yeah, don't worry, we're going to have this big bad new world order. And they're going, oh yeah, we're going to be rich and we're going to be this. And they're the ones that are going to get fucking thrown under that bus, in my opinion. But we've got to, and it's a very big point, this. If that happens and there's a lesser order, it needs to be people like us that are literally keeping on those toes of the new managers, because we can never allow anything like this to happen ever again. That's just my opinion. But I don't know. I do think that, and I do think that, Sam. I think this is all lining up that way. And if you look at logical evidence, if it wasn't, why would we be getting little bits coming out? Why would, for instance, Dr. John Campbell be doing the vids he's doing now? And, you know, take a step outside the box, man. A year ago, there was none of this. A year ago, they were telling us that unboosted are overwhelming the hospitals. That's what they told us. I've got the post. You've got the post. You've done them on Facebook, and we have it there. They were telling us that unboosted, not the unvaccinated, the unboosted are overwhelming the hospitals. Less than 1 year later, we're being drip-fed information from all sorts. We've got GB News. We've got all these things. So for me personally, I do think this was all part of a plan. And I think this lesser world order is what's going to be presented, and they're going to control the tech, they're going to control the government, they're going to control all that, and they're going to say we're rounding that all up. And think about it logically. I mean, they've been pumping New World Order bad, eat bugs, eat that, and then all of a sudden they turn around to everyone and go, "Well, we've managed to grab them, we've lynched them divs, and now we're going to keep hold of them by doing this little bit." The tech companies can't creep forward, the government can't keep forward, and it's a lesser world order. And most people are going to go, "Do you know what? I've had 3 years of shit, man. Let's sign up for that." So my point is, we're the tougher ones, all us. Like, we're the ones that have been shouting loud. At that point, if that happens, we need to be going, "Hey, we're going to be fucking watching you like we've been watching you for 3 years." That's just my opinion.
Yeah. I think you just hit the nail right on the head there.
Very much.
It's
sorry, I made a bit of a silence there for everyone.
Yeah. What do you make of the fucking panto with twat fucking Hancock that's been going on?
Oh my god.
Twat like job. Yeah.
Mate, the whole situation's a fucking joke, man.
Oh.
How can you celebrate a fucking disgraced politician, fucking celebrity? The fucking meaning of the word's just gone out the water. Celebrate a disgraced politician who's responsible for killing thousands of our fucking elderly and disabled in care homes up and down the fucking country. And he sits there with a fucking smile on his face, man. It makes me sick. My missus was watching it, man. And I threatened to I said to her, I said, "I'm going to put my foot through that fucking telly in a minute." I said, "I swear to God," I said, "if that cunt fucking wins that fucking bollocks, I'm going to put my foot through the fucking telly." I've done it before.
Andy went into 90s dad mode.
No, mate, I did it before. We had a fucking Barney, right? She was watching fucking, it was fucking, Katie Price another pile of fucking bollocks on the telly, right? And she's fucking watching this Jordan and what fucking Katie did next and all that bollocks, man. And she starts having a fucking pop at me like that. I should be helping her this and that. And I'm sat there actually typing out one of her essays for a fucking course that she was doing at the time. Yeah. And she's got the cheek to tell me that I'm fucking not helping her, you know what I mean? While she sat watching this fucking Katie Price on the telly. So I jumped up and put my foot through the fucking telly. So she fucking knew that if Matt Hancock fucking won that, the TV was going up the wall, man.
Fucking hell, man.
It was fucking funny. But no, it's a fucking, it's a joke. The guy.
I got to tell you about Andy, man. You see, when we were at school, you see what Andy just did there? He was fucking brilliant at that at school, where all of a sudden something happened. It was fucking, wounded, or we've just talked about something deep or something mad happened. Andy would be the guy that would come in and go, well, guess fucking what? Do you know what I mean? That didn't have a funniest story to tell, true life story, and he's just done it there. That was brilliant, Andy. So we went from lesser world order to Andy turning into 90s dad and putting his foot for the TV because of Katie Price. Superb, mate. Superb.
No, but in all seriousness, the fucking Matt Hancock thing, man. I'm seeing fucking comments threads, and people are so supportive of a guy that's fucking done the most atrocious fucking things to the most vulnerable people. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? A cowardly act, and he's done this knowingly, and he's profited he's fucking out of it piss take. His family have fucking made serious bucks out of it too. And it's just there's no humanity there. He knows full well that people are dying because of the decisions he's making. People are dying in their tens of thousands because of decisions he's making. And he knows that his next decision is going to kill even more. So to then celebrate somebody like that and see that fucking smile on the telly, it was making me, I was fucking seething, man. I hate the
it's got a controlling share in one of the
one of the fucking PPE companies.
Yeah, one of the testing companies as well. Like one of the PCR testing companies. He's got a controlling share in that as well. So he's obviously got a vested interest in it. You know, keeping it going.
Mega money, man. I have seen he's profited fucking millions out of this, out of people's debt.
I mean, you've got Rishi. I can't believe they put Rishi Sunak in, to be perfectly honest. But then, what do you expect when you got Jeremy Hunt in as a chancellor? But
his plans to fucking what do you call it? Separate the fucking NHS and sell it all up private. I think that's his plan. Yeah, is to fucking privatise the NHS.
Yeah.
Fucking, I think apparently he's disbanding it all and fucking selling off little departments here and there already. You know what I mean? Yeah. But the plan
remember they wiped the debt, guys. Remember they wiped the debt right at the start of this. They wiped all the NHS debt, and you're like, hold on a minute. What the fuck's going on here, man? Do you know what I mean? Wipe my debt, wipe everyone else's debt. And, and at the time, everyone was like, yeah, we're clapping the nurses, we're doing this, the nurses were having a little dance and a boogie-woogie. But
that shit was making me...
Well, the point of the matter is, guys, they wiped that debt, and I think you could be very right there. But do you know what I think's going on here? You know the saying, give them enough rope, they will hang themselves. But none of these people that have done this, if I'm correct in this theory of mine, none of these people who have done this, complicit, they're going to get away with it. None of them. So some of these people dancing about now, if the shit does hit the fan for them, which I think it's gonna, they're all fucked. So the longer Matt's, I mean, think about this, right? If they're going to throw Matt Hancock under the bus, it is going to be the most painful out of everybody after he's just been doing all this bullshit on I'm a Celebrity, get me out of here. People are going to be screaming.
It's put him in the fucking spotlight right now. So to hang him would be a fucking major distraction.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It'd fucking have all eyes on him because all eyes are already on him. You know what I mean? He's in all the fucking papers and all the bollocks. So all your normies are watching and reading and fucking commenting about him already.
And
so
please tell Sam about your... Please tell Sam about... Sam, Andy, right, is hilarious for this. Like, he showed me the other day, some woman was like, oh, I love Matt Hancock and I'm so glad he's in here. And he said something. Andy went to town on her, mate. I swear to God. I was like, oh my God. I was stunned afterwards. But you're right, Anne. You're right. And you're right, Sam. I mean, this should not be happening. This guy should not be on TV, man. And I can't think it's a trap for him, man. It's a trap for him, which is good. I hope it is. But none of these people are going to get away with this, because it would have been shushed by now. This would have been shushed.
I think a lot of it is because there's so many of us that aren't lying down, that aren't rolling over and taking it. You know what I mean? I think a lot of it's down to that as well. Like there was a letter released end of 2020 that was from from a Canadian minister to like MP to this Irish newspaper, like Sentinel. And when you read what he said the plan was and how it was all set out, and you could see step by step going all the way down of all these, you know, all the different stages they were getting to until they get to martial law. And that's the one bit that they couldn't get past. It's the one bit that they couldn't get brought in. Yeah, because we weren't biting and because we weren't rioting, we were just taking things peacefully. It was frustrating them, and this is why the police kept coming out harder and harder and harder, like, you know, getting the beat down on everyone. But we were still just hanging back and taking it easy. Yeah, the only place that didn't do that were Australia. Yeah, in Australia, they just went off on one, and that was it. They were all locked down straight away. Boom. Yeah, army was in on the streets and everything. But here, we're all just like, whoa, you know, like calm down. Yeah, have a split. But yeah, it's funny way though, isn't it? And it's the one thing they couldn't get in. It just kept delaying things. Yeah, and as soon as you start delaying things, you've got to skip a step. Yeah, and then things stop making sense. Yeah, and you can just see that death spiral starting. Yeah, more and more people are sat there going, well, that don't make sense. Why are they doing that? Yeah, and then they start looking into things and going, oh, that's why. Yeah, and then they're with us, and then again we delay things further, and another step gets missed, and another step gets missed, and everything else. Yeah, so one thing that worries me about Musk. I said near the beginning of this, because of what Bill Gates was doing and everything else, I said you can guarantee once Bill Gates starts failing, they'll bring in Elon Musk. Yeah, because of all the Neuralink stuff and everything else that he's doing. Yeah, that's like the next stage of the plan, the next stage on. And obviously things have failed with Gates, so they've had to wheel him out, and now they've wheeled Musk in. And that's the one thing that worries me about him, that he's got so many people on side at the minute. Yeah, that is suckering us in. I mean,
quite likely. Jury's still out on him, to be honest. I do keep an eye on what he's saying, because it's fucking, you know, it's relevant, but yeah, I'm not convinced.
It'd be great if he was good. It would be great if he was good, but I think if people just use the discernment and go, listen, I don't know this guy personally. It looks like he's doing some good stuff, but I'm going to be reserved because he might end up being a baddie. And if you just have that kind of mentality towards all of these leaders and people, doesn't mean you're not going to get hurt, but it means you're not going to get hurt as much because you're covered. You're not going to be emotionally attached. I don't trust any of them. I'd love them all to be good. I never have done, so I ain't going to start changing that now. I hope that I'm proven wrong, and there's some brilliant leaders in the world, brilliant, you know, people that run media. I hope that one day I'm able to go, do you know what? I was wrong, it was good, but I don't know if that day's ever going to happen with any of them, because you won't know until the end whether they've turned out good or not. So this is just the way I am. I don't trust any of them until proven otherwise. That's just the way I am.
Yeah, it's the best way, really. I've
done it again. Andy, we need a story. No, I'm joking.
It's like all these doctors that come forward, and you get all these people. Well, all the people, the obvious people that are going to, you know, give them loads and loads of backlash that actually, you know, from their sort of former side of things, and then you get our lot as well. Yeah, that are absolutely just storming into them, and that some of them don't expect that. I don't think, but it's like. Some of that though is you know what Burgess is like on Telegram. He keeps going on about controlled opposition laws, and I've said I think I broke him when I told him that like everything was set up. You know, our whole movement's set up by them. It was set up by them so we would see narratives and sort of discredit actual information for them, if you get what I mean, by being us. You know, our reputation as being conspiracy theorists. and because we'd all end up arguing over it, you know, and discrediting ourselves. And this is why they settled the whole truth movement in the first place. Yeah, they'll feed us truth to like feed a narrative if it fits the agenda, and it's the same. But actual sort of controlled opposition, they're subtle. Yeah, they're not just in your face all the time. They'll do little things like they'll get you going against someone. Say like Geert van den Bosch. He's a prime example. Yeah, it was the ex-scientific director for Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. He was head of Novartis's like research department. He helped develop the Ebola vaccine, everything else. I mean, this guy was credentialed to the eyeballs. You know, he was proper high ranking, and he came forward and said, "We cannot, like this whole COVID thing. It's just wrong. Yeah, we cannot. You know, we can't do this. We can't use these vaccines because it's just going to end up causing more problems and everything." And he got absolutely creamed off his own side, but off ours as well. And he ended up just disappearing. After about a year, he said, "I can't take this kind of punishment." I don't think he ever expected it, and that was fueled by some people that you wouldn't expect to be controlled opposition. You know what I mean? Like Hugo Talks, he's one. Like every time someone comes forward, he'll be there, like just coming out with loads of stuff to like sort of smear them and, you know, and badmouth them.
Well, this is it, because it confuses me, because like fucking, there's a lot of people out there telling what I believe to be truths and exposing the lies surrounding fucking all of it, fucking COVID, the depopulation effort, the obvious, and there's so these people are exposing it, and I'm thinking that they're on the right fucking side here, and then somebody else will come out to discredit them or fucking smear them. You know what I mean? Fucking it. So I don't know who to believe, who to trust. And so
again,
you're better off safe.
That's a point.
Don't trust fucking nobody. Just keep everybody at fucking arm's length, and just try and decipher what fucking information is coming, because there's so much of it. It's difficult to wrap your head around.
I mean, that's the idea, to keep you confused, to keep you where you don't know which way to turn or who to turn to or anything like that. Yeah. But I think we're very quick to mistrust people and to sort of form ourselves into little sort of tribalist sort of, you know, sort of tribes around certain figures and certain you know, certain
dividing ourselves up.
Exactly.
Dividing ourselves into different fractions.
Well, again, this is another tactic that they'll use. Yeah, well, they'll say like 9/11. I always use this as an example, but it's probably the best one, where they'll take the actual truth of 9/11, which is a multifaceted sort of operation. There was so many factions going all at once, in that, and so many different objectives. So it is hard to see the bigger picture in that. But they took all of those little bits and then fed them to their operatives, in our sort of our neck of the woods, and then they'd all be turning around going, "We don't trust that person's information over there because they're a shill." Yeah, so people going, "You're a shill, you're a shill, you're a shill. We won't trust that." Yeah, so that's that discredited. Whereas if people just step back and look, they realise that the guy who said that other guys are shill, is a shill themselves.
Yeah.
If we just pulled all that information together, then we'd get the actual bigger picture. Yeah, it's just getting people to realise that's a hard thing, and sometimes it backfires. Plus, some of the information that is out there as well, and some of the stuff that's going on, people just aren't ready for. That's another thing as well.
That's another good point, Sam. That's a great point.
My cousin did it, because I was on the phone. I was on the phone to my cousin, and I was saying to her, "Look, man, fucking, you know, they're pushing this," and it was right at the start. Yeah. I was saying that they're going to want everybody to fucking do this. Like, you know, what's your take on it? And she says, "Well, we're going to get done," because she's got 2 kids who are what they would describe as high risk. So she was already had the fucking fear pumped into her. And I says to her, I says, look, whatever you fucking do, I says, just have a look into it. I says, have a fucking think. I said, seriously, because I said, the decision you're about to make, I said, is going to impact the rest of your fucking life and all of those around you as well. I said, please, 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 just, I'm not telling you which way to go. Just fucking have a look and have a think before you fucking do it. Because she was sold already, you know what I mean? When I got on the phone to her, she was sold. And even after saying that, just look at it yourself. I'm not going to try and sway you either way. She still, she says, she says, I can't think about that right now. You know what I mean? She just fucking switched off, and she wasn't, and she went on and fucking, they all fucking took the juice. So some people just won't be swayed. Because
but bro,
eventually get on to telling us some sick shit that's fucking going on, some real bad fucking side effects, and you know, I did try and put the fear into her. Once she wouldn't listen at that point, I then presented her with some of the fucking nasty shit that you know you don't want to have to resort to showing people, but if you need to wake somebody up, you've got to do what you got to do.
Did she take it?
Even then, from that point, though, I became the bad bastard, and it fucking affected. We don't talk anymore, you know what I mean? Because he thinks I'm a fucking arsehole or a head case or something, when all I was trying to do was fucking
help her,
give her the heads up.
But that's the thing, though. It's like what Sam said earlier with the closing off of the mind. Like, I know we don't trust the government, and it's easy for us because of our experience. And you know what? It's not everybody who's had rough lives or had battles with government thinks that. Loads of people didn't trust the government on this, but the people that took it did trust the government. They actually did trust the government, and they couldn't fathom in their heads that what you were saying or what I was saying or what Sam was saying or what others were saying was true, because they couldn't get past the fact that the government would do this. And that was a big factor for some people, you know. I mean,
because
I stopped calling my cousins. I stopped calling my family, because every single I haven't even called my dad's side of the family, not one of them, because everybody took it in my family. Everybody.
Most people are of the mindset they wouldn't do that. They wouldn't say this. They wouldn't lie. You know what I mean? I'm watching fucking press fucking briefings where they're on the telly and we've got fucking Boris Johnson spouting fucking bollocks. And
do you remember that?
And Claire's saying, my missus is saying to me, oh, they wouldn't do that. Because most of society are of the mindset, oh, they wouldn't do this and they wouldn't say that. And it's fucking, well, you don't even know who they are for a start. And you just, they've got this fucking tunnel vision where they think that fucking the government wouldn't lie to them, man. And they haven't got to look too far back in history. It's happened with
in our lifetimes.
Again, I mean, they fucking lie all the time, and they've always lied. And it's there. You've only got to fucking look to see that fucking they've done it time and time again.
Weapons of mass destruction, Andy. Weapons of mass destruction. That was in our time. Blinking. People in America have been given stuff. Like, there was a big thing about the black community in America. They were experimented on. Also, I mean, there's so many things in our lifetime that you're right. You don't even need to go back too far. Tony Blair, weapons of mass destruction was the biggest thing of our time, really. It really was. And 9/11.
Isn't it funny how he keeps turning up? Mr. Tony B. Liar,
Tony B. Liar,
He's turning up all the time in the background. Like he's there with our government now, advising Jeremy Hunt, and it's like, isn't he Labour? Like, isn't he like the opposition? What the fuck's going on there? Yeah, but
He put a piece out recently, and he was fucking slating anybody that wasn't vaccinated, and he was calling us fucking. I remember it, man. He was saying how they're selfish and all of this and that, and it was about the same time when the fucking Queen was on the front page of one of the newspapers saying, oh, the unvaccinated are the problem. That, you know what I mean? And it's fucking selfish and all. You know what I mean? So you got the Queen calling us fucking selfish, and now all of this coming out. That daft old fucking bitch, fucking she got it wrong.
guys, I'm just going to tone it down slightly here, but I've got a serious question, and I was going to put this on a post on Telegram, but we might as well use it here. Has anyone asked if the Queen was boosted? Because I'm just putting that out there.
Wait, there's no way. There's no fucking way, man.
Right. She was old. She was at the end of her life anyway. I mean, yeah. So you can't.
So it wasn't the booster that killed her then.
I don't know.
Because she didn't take it, man.
Wouldn't have had it.
No way.
None of them.
None of them
at the top of.
Exactly.
I mean, when you see Joe Biden getting injected or any of that, you know, on TV, and people are taking close-ups, so you can see the needle going up in the.
Oh yeah. They're like fucking party piece fucking syringes, isn't they, man? The folding needle and all that.
Oh, come on.
Back fucking
there was one of them that they didn't even bother taking the top off. Yeah,
left the fucking cap on. Yeah, I fucking saw that one.
I'm like, come on.